Are you applying to hundreds of jobs and still not getting any interviews? If you're a mid career professional and you're tired of applying to a bunch of jobs and not hearing anything back, there's a reason why your applications aren't moving. You might be showing up when the race is already over. I want to start off with some real, all right? The hidden job market isn't just some list of unposted jobs that only the elite have access to. It's just the reality that a huge number of jobs get filled by internal referrals, internal candidates, or quiet outreach long before a job is even posted online or on any kind of job board. And to be honest, companies hate risk, right? And what they hate more than that is looking through hundreds of applications. So 9 times out of 10, they go with the easiest and safest option. And that's someone who already has a connection to the organization. Your goal isn't to beat the job market, right? Like your goal should be to get into those conversations with these hiring managers earlier than anybody else. So if you've been sending out hundreds of applications and literally being met with silence, listen up closely. The fastest way to get into these unposted roles is by building real relationships and building those relationships with the people that actually know what their companies need. And this isn't networking in a cringy or performative way, right? This is just staying visible. So you want to reach out to former colleagues and reach out to people who already know your work. And of course, engage with alumni from your college or from past roles. These are the people, these are the people that can vouch for you without you having to pitch yourself from the ground up, right? Because when you stay top of mind, opportunities automatically reveal themselves. Because in reality, hiring managers actually ask around before they even post a job. And truth be told, this actually happened for me and how I landed my current role. I stayed active on LinkedIn, which resulted in people actually recommending me for this job. And speaking of LinkedIn, and your girl is not sponsored, LinkedIn sponsor me. Speaking of LinkedIn, and if you're still here, congratulations, because I'm about to spill some tea. The hidden job market lives on LinkedIn more than any other platform. And 3 things matter here. Number 1 is visibility. You want to comment on industry posts, join conversations, react to hiring updates. This way you show up in people's feeds. Number 2 is relevance. Your headline and your about section got to clearly state the job that you want. It's also got to state who you help and that you deliver results, right? No fluff or BS, just straight clarity. And then number 3 is access. You want to join LinkedIn groups or alumni networks and even niche communities. So for example, I'm in groups for product marketers, for Black marketers, my alumni association. These groups share unposted roles all of the time. And it's not because they're exclusive, right? It's because doing it this way is faster for people who are hiring. So if people in your field never see your name online, to be honest, you're invisible before the hiring process even starts. And let's move on and talk about informational interviews. And a lot of people do informational interviews pretty wrong. They jump right into,
"Are you hiring? Can you refer me for this job?"
And that automatically shuts the door for any job opportunity you're going to get from that. Your job in an informational interview is really quite simple. Ask really strong questions that reveal challenges, future opportunities, and any priorities that a company might have. So here's a couple of examples that I've used. What skills are becoming more important on your team right now? What's a bottleneck the team is trying to solve for this quarter? What you're doing in this informational interview is you're gathering intel, right? You're becoming memorable and you're positioning yourself as someone who actually gets the work. And that's what leads to quiet referrals. And I actually know quite a few people who have landed jobs this way, which leads me into the next topic I want to talk about, and that's sliding into people's DMs. Direct outreach is the fastest way to get to people who have roles in mind that haven't been posted to the public yet, but only if your message is short and specific. In this instance, when you're doing like this direct outreach, you want to keep it super tight. You want to say something like this: "Hi, Big Bird. I've been following your team's work on health tech. I bring experience in product marketing for health tech and would love to stay on your radar if you're building out that particular area. It's not needy, it's not pushy. You're expressing professional interest and you're providing clarity on your expertise. This works because hiring managers might be thinking to themselves, like,
We need somebody like this, and we need them probably relatively soon.
and then of course, they reach back out. But before I move on to my last couple of points, I have one quick question for you. Have you ever reached out to a hiring manager or recruiter randomly, right? And it landed you an interview? Let me know in the comments if you have, because I've definitely done it and it definitely landed me an interview, because I live by this mantra that closed mouths do not get fed. Okay? And speaking of recruiters here, they're not the enemy. They just want to make sure that they get all the clarity they need from you. When they know what you do, the industries that you fit, and the roles that you actually excel in, they can kind of dig up some private opportunities for you relatively quickly. Specialized recruiters in your field will most likely see roles that you don't see like 3 to 6 weeks before they even get posted to any kind of job board. So you want to think of them as early access gatekeepers. And the last point I want to talk about, and this is where a lot of us mid-career folks fall off, and I've fallen off, okay? You gotta stay active in spaces that your industry is active in. So that's alumni networks, Slack groups, professional associations, or virtual conferences, industry meetups, and the list goes on. Like, these places bring unposted roles to the forefront all the time, and they bring them up before they even start reaching out to external candidates, right? And no, you don't need to join like 20 groups. That's too much. You just need one or two that fits your field and like your goals that you want to accomplish. All right, friends, that is all I have for you today. All in all, make sure you stay connected to access that hidden job market that's out there. And let me know in the comments, which hidden job market strategy do you want me to talk about a little bit more? And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.